guys, it's Rachel. So on Facebook and around the internet, Huffington Post, I've been seeing this same article that keeps coming up about like things I wish I knew in my 20s or things that I wish I could go back and tell myself, things I wish that someone had told me when I was 20. And I've been looking at them and everyone's been praising them and everything, and personally I think it's all a bunch of bullshit. Let me tell you why. Most of the lists have things on them that have nothing to do with being 20. Things like forgiveness and be kind, tell the truth, take care of yourself, be healthy. Isn't that something that we should always be doing? Not just 20-year-olds? Basically it has nothing to do with being 20 years old. I've been getting the question so often, how old am I? Everybody wants to know. I am 22 years old. I was born on April 4th, 1991. So we can stop hunting for the answer. But the reason I don't like to talk about my age very often, especially in professional situations, is because it gives people the wrong idea about the type of person you are. Maturity level and their professionalism isn't based on their age, it's based on their experiences and just who they are individually. And that's why these lists bother me so much, because it's putting 20-year-olds or people in their early 20s in this category of like, oh, you don't know anything yet, and this is what you should do. There's so many problems that I have with all these lists, but I don't want this video to turn into me bashing other people's work, because the list may be helpful for some people. In fact, I'm sure they're helpful for a lot of people, but someone like me, and someone like a lot of people I know, it's just not true. So if these lists aren't working out for you, here's my list, the top 5 things I think that everyone should remember, not just in your 20s, always. Do what you love, no matter what. No matter what that takes, whether it means going to school, whether it means not going to school, whether it means getting an apprentice position somewhere. Find what you're good at, because it's usually what you love to do, and do it. There's a career for you. It's going to be difficult. You might even have to work harder than people who just go to school and get their degree and then get their career. But it's just worth it. It's worth it in the end to do what you love to do all day, every day. It's very important. And you'll hear that everywhere. I think every list ever has that in common, so I wish more people would take that to heart. Number 2, fail miserably. It's inevitable. You're going to fail. Know that it's going to happen and know that it's going to suck and just get it over with. Just fail. Be wrong, because there's no way that you're going to be perfect at all times. So if you're not failing miserably, you're not taking big enough chances. You're going to realize that it's not exactly what it seems and it's not as bad as it seems. A lot of the times terrible things that happen in life, if you look back a couple years later on it and you say, wow, I thought that was the worst thing that ever happened to me, but it turned out to change my life for the better. And I find that's true with every single failure I've had. It's also a way of thinking, and if you can teach yourself to start thinking like that, you're going to be successful. Number 3, get pissed. Okay? It's okay to get angry. There's always that person who just feels like their sole purpose in life is to ruin your life. Never try to do to them what they're doing to you, because it's just going to make yourself feel worse. Don't ignore them. Get pissed. Be better than you ever thought you could be. And that's how their plan will backfire. Get competitive. Step it up, but never sink to their level, because then you are just as bad as they are. And just know that these people are also hurting themselves, and that's kind of sad. But that's a choice they decided to make, so sorry. Number 4, don't be a pussy and let yourself be happy. Being happy is the hardest thing that you'll ever do. It's easy to crawl into the covers and curl into a ball and never want, that's the easy way out. It's terrifying, but let yourself be happy, let yourself be vulnerable, let yourself love. It's very important. Let yourself feel fear. Fear is not a bad thing. It's scary, but it's really good for development. It's really good to learn who you are and learn what you're made of. Allow the happiness to come in, because it wants to. And you want to be happy. You just have to get over that roadblock that is fear. Being happy is one of the hardest things you'll have to do, but it's worth it. And number 5, super cliche, be yourself. But that's much harder to do than it is to say. Everyone's saying, be yourself, be true to your own heart and stuff like that, but how can you do that if you don't know who you are? And I think that's how people get into situations when they're being someone they're not. I think in our society there's an emphasis on learning about the outside world and things, what's around you and surrounding you, but we don't have an emphasis on your inner self, and I think that is way more important, because if you have to start from inside to branch out and then and grow. Once you come to terms with who you are and discover who it is, and then make sure that you are that and only that, then you can start to be successful and grow outward and spread this positivity and joy to the people around you. It's the simplest concept and the hardest to grasp, but if you create positive energy for yourself, you're gonna get it back. I promise you. I promise. Be yourself, discover who that is, and constantly work on it. Those are just things I've learned through my personal experience. I'm only 22, so choose not to believe me. There's so many lists about things that 22-year-olds aren't doing that 40-year-olds are, and I think that's bullshit. I think everyone moves at a different pace, and the sooner you can become peaceful with who you are, the sooner you'll be happy. Thank you guys for watching. As always, like and subscribe. I hope that maybe I helped you out. Maybe this was completely useless. That was my top 5 list of ways to be awesome and feel awesome. Never change, be yourself, and always remember, Tietz out. Oh man, I gotta go. Okay, bye.